Come in for 6, can almost finish them here. Matter of fact, I can finish them here. This is perfect. Well, maybe I can finish them here. Multiple ways of getting that done. Hey there, Menacing MTG with a budget Rakdos deck with some Kaldheim cards in it. It's a pretty cool deck. I kind of threw this together, so I think you could enhance this nicely, pretty easily. I will tell you that there are 6 cards in here that are rare. All the rest are common and uncommon. And then I will say that in addition to those 6, there are 2 Fabled Passage. But I can tell you right now, you don't need the Fabled Passage, and they might even hinder this. You could probably just throw in 2 more blacks or 1 of each. You really need very little red in this deck, as we have 3 Claim the Firstborn, 1 Shackles of Treachery, 2 of these Kardurs, 1 Kardur's Vicious Return. That's all you have for red. So everything else is black, and there's only these spells that require more than 1 black. So 2 Luris and 2 Nighthawk Scavengers, which are the rare cards in the deck. Besides this, well, let me just get this straight here. So we have also Shatter the Sky is rare. So we have these 6 cards here, which are Soul Shatter, Nighthawk Scavenger, and Luris Dream Den, which are the 6 rare cards. And then these. So yeah, you could easily ditch these. Also, you don't really need Soul Shatter. You could use any other removal type that's uncommon. There's several. There's a few in the Kaldheim set that are excellent. So yeah, easily augmented. But this has proven to be a reasonably effective deck. You could also argue to run an additional Shackles of Treachery and perhaps ditch the Soul Shatter, one of those, or go with 2 of these and ditch this. So the way this works is that we have Witch's Cauldron here, 3 of these. And if you pay 2 and tap it, you can sack a creature, gain a life, and draw a card, which is great, especially when you're sacrificing opponent's cards with that you possess through Shackles of Treachery and Claim the Firstborn. So, you have some different ways you could go about this. You also can sack using Village Rites. So you have 5 vehicles for sacking opponent's cards and yours. And with Luris on board, you can bring the small stuff back, like the Bootnippers and Tritons. With 2 Call of the Death Dwellers, you can also bring back things that are up to 2 cards with a total of up to 3 converted mana cost. So yeah, you can bring Luris or Nighthawk Scavenger back with Call of Death Dweller. Those are the best use of that card, probably. We only have these cards here that are more than 3 drops. Skull Raid, which you can foretell, so you don't need to bring it in for 4. You can bring it on the board, put it in foretell for 2, bring it on the board for 2. Same with Vengeful Reaper, foretell. And then the Kardur is an interesting card in this deck, kind of the idea for this deck, but it hasn't gotten a lot of hasn't had a lot of impact in the few games that I've played with. I've probably only played like 6 games of this deck. But whenever an attacking creature dies, opponent loses a life, you gain a life. And we have a whole lot of that going on in this deck with the 3 Bastion of Remembrance. So something dies of yours, it doesn't have to be attacking in any way. Gain a life, opponent loses a life. So just remember, we do have these, the Call of Death Dweller and Luris, so you can bring the small stuff back, which is great. One thing that's a little tricky in this deck is we have Mire Triton, which mills 2 of your cards, and you gain 2 life when it enters the battlefield. It's good to gain life. Sometimes you lose a card that you might have wanted. but again, you can bring some things back. So for removal, it's pretty lean in this deck, but we are able to do some removal with Claim the Firstborn and Shackles of Treachery, and then sacking them. So that is, we're essentially removing opponent's creatures by virtue of that. And let's see what we got. We got some card drawn here, of course, with Village Rites, and then the Skull Raid serves as card draw often when you get the opponent's hand down. So removal again is 2 Mire's Grasp and 1 Soul Shatter. A very light on removal deck, especially using black and red. But we do have some Death Touch in this deck too, so not to be lost on removing things. And 2 of those, of course, are Nighthawk Scavenger. The other 2 are Vengeful Reaper, so some pretty scary flyers. But really, you're going to win these games by killing things, bringing things back, stealing opponents' creatures and sacrificing them to your benefit, and then Bastion of Remembrance, of course, as well. Oh, and of course, Mire Triton in it is Death Touch, and Bootnipper can come on with Death Touch or Lifelink, so that can also help you out when you're low on life. All right, so yeah, and like I said, you don't need these Fabled Passages. You could unload the Soul Shatter. I wouldn't recommend getting rid of the Nighthawk Scavenger. It's a very key card in here. In fact, you could probably use 3, and you could arguably use 3 Lyris as well. So yeah, there's a lot of flexibility in this deck. You could augment as you see fit. This is an interesting card, Kardur's Vicious Return. You don't have to, you may sacrifice a creature, and when you do, deal 3 damage. So that's very nice when you have attacked with a Mire's Triton. You sack it, you deal 3 damage and take out a creature with 3 toughness on the opponent's board. Then each player discards a card, and then you get to return a card from your graveyard to the battlefield and put a 1/1 counter on it, and it gains haste. So that's pretty darn effective. Yeah, so you can intentionally use Scavenger as a blocker when you know you're going to be bringing this on, and then you get it back with a 1/1 counter on it in a couple turns. So yeah, very cool deck. Again, this is not your top tier mythic and rare filled deck, but it is pretty cool. So I hope you enjoy this. Have a great day. Oh yeah, please consider subscribing.
Okay, this is a keeper. Use Fabled Passage for red mana here. We're hoping for a creature here. Okay, we get one. I think we're going to actually put Skull Raid and Foretell first. Alright. Go Bastion of Remembrance next. So we start setting up our system here of life gain and leeching the opponent's life. Okay, don't like that. I'm not quite ready to take control of that card though. I think we'll just bring on the Reaper. And bring it in. If I was to get one more red, then I could take the Gorger, use it, and then bring in Kardur's Vicious Return and sack it. But we need one more red light mana. We didn't get it. I guess I'll just go for the Triton and card draw, hoping that we get some red mana. Okay, and we'll bring in the Reaper. And they give up the Gorger. Interesting. Oh, they've got something in hand. Okay, that's too bad. And now they'll be bringing the Gorger most likely. Okay, we can, this is beautiful, so I think at this moment we're just going to go ahead and do this. I think they'll let it go, hoping that they'll get it back. Which will not be the case, and we should get red mana here with any luck. And this deck is working beautifully here. We just need one more red mana. We're having bad luck in that department. Okay, this is what I want here. One red mana allows me to do significant work here. Not getting it. Well, I think we're going to sack here. We really need red mana. We can really make this click with red mana. Okay, there it is. And we can't run it this turn though, so we're going to have to be patient. Being patient isn't so bad as it's going to be more potent, and we can do a lot of damage next turn. Okay, that's beautiful. Come in for 6, can almost finish them here. Matter of fact, I can finish them here. This is perfect. Well, maybe I can finish them here. Multiple ways of getting that done. All right, pretty good hand here. We'll keep it. Okay, we'll passage first for Swamp so we can get Nighthawk Scavenger out turn 3.
Okay, due to slow man, I think we're going to go ahead and put the Vengeful Reaper into Foretell. And I think we'll drop the Bastion of Remembrance next, so we get value when anything dies. Okay, great. Okay, we're in pretty good shape here. Maybe the Reaper next with the Cauldron. Okay, excellent. We got mana, so I think what we'll do here is... Yeah, I think we're going to go Reaper and Boot Nipper. Okay. It's a good start. We hope we won't have a Shadow of the Sky, a Doomscar saying diff. We do get a little tiny bit of value here. Okay. And the Tritons will come up. And I should have allocated the land appropriately, so we could have brought all three things on, which we should have been able to do. Unfortunately, the auto draw of lands there was lousy. Okay, fine. Immediately use this on the Triton. Rock guard, gain 2 life, they lose a life. Okay, that's excellent. We're set up for stealing if they bring something small. Again, kind of looking for now, like a Luris would be great. Okay, this is awesome. Bring it right up, go right in. Okay, Dogged Pursuit, kind of an overpriced card. Get the same thing with the Sanctum, which it only costs 2, I believe. All right, we're having a problem here, and what we're going to do is we're going to ditch the Triton after this attack. Draw a card. Hope we get something of use. We get another Triton, which is kind of a bummer. Okay, we mill some stuff. Okay. No creatures as of yet. I'm expecting another wipe at some point here. Okay, another Dogged Pursuit. Okay, well, having 3 of them on the board is going to do something pretty effective. We can do 4 damage each turn at this point. Wow, and we're getting another crazy run on mana, which really is irritating me. Okay. And we're gonna again kill here. Try to draw a card that's worth having. We get nothing but mana again, okay? Wow, they've maxed out on Dogged Pursuit. That is an amazing pull, and there you go, killing. We're going to need to get something here, folks. They'll win with 4 Dogged Pursuits on the board. Okay, good card. I'm sure they have something to kill it with, though. I'm hoping for a creature from them. Okay. It's very bad indeed. Fortunately, we can get rid of that creature. We don't have anything to get rid of the other one, though, but okay, this is great. So what we're going to do here is take Veto. I think I'm not going to do that. Attack with him. Kill him. Okay, that helps. And we can go ahead and run Skull Raid and get rid of the giant and draw a card. Okay, that's a little better. Getting to be a little dire here. Got a whole lot of nothing going on here. Okay, it's just a tiny bit hopeful. Get another Bastion on, have Luris. I think they'll bring the Giant on here at some point. They don't. They Doomscar. That absolutely sucks. Okay. Well, we're in deep trouble here. We get nothing. What we can do, though, is sack the token. Draw some cards. Bring out Luris. And we'll bring out Bootnipper with lifelink. So we'll try this all again. Wow, interesting.